Welcome to In the Podcast. My name is Lawrence Carpenter, and I'm joined by a man himself in the studio, and we'll give him a chance to introduce himself.
Thank you for the floor granted. I'm Manfred Muzito, a nationalist.
A missionary. Thank you for your time. As I mentioned earlier, today we are going to discuss an issue about tribalism in Africa or else worldwide. Mr. Mufitu, here and there in newspapers, radios, TVs, social medias, we are learning about tribalism. Just in brief, how do you understand the term tribalism?
Yes, thanks for the question once more again. Tribalism, or let me cut that word into two parts. Tribe, this is a group of a certain ethnic. Then when we talk about ism, anything which is ism is just promoting a specific group than the other one. Which means tribalism, it can be divided in two parts, whereby it's all about promoting a certain group than the rest.
Promoting a certain group than the rest, in the sense that one is saying we are better, them they are bad, we are good, them, us, them.
Yes.
Meaning that they are promoting, we are degrading them while we are putting ourselves on the safe side. While we are there, Mr. Mothetu, in that essence, do you think tribalism is, or does it being practiced in Namibia?
Obvious. Tribalism, it's common in Namibia. Just in recent news, we heard from His Excellency the President, Hage Gengop, when he alluded that the youth in Namibia, the so-called educated youth in Namibia, they are tribalist. It's not only the president. We are seeing it every part of the corner we read in media. Tribalism, it's high in Namibia.
Yes,
we just tend to put a blind eye on it.
We are just tending to put a blind eye on it. While we are there, in recent weeks, I was doing my research on social media. Facebook, to be specific, is when I came across a certain post which was uploaded or put on by a certain person. And then apparently there is a certain tribe. According to that person, he's saying that a particular person, or there is a certain tribe in Namibia, whereby they rarely marry women from different tribes. For instance, let me say, Kavango men can marry a lady or a woman from Bamboland, but unfortunately, apparently, a man from Bambo cannot do the same. Do you think this is also called or relate to tribalism?
I can tend to agree with the notion and tend to disagree at the other end. But let me agree on this point of view, whereby certain tribes are allowed to marry, or they are not allowed to marry certain. Let me give you a scenario, even here in Kavango. If, for instance, I happen to marry what we call the San people and take it to my parents down the village, they will really look me with a spotlight, like, are you mad or what? Are you insane or what's happening? When it comes to Kavango and Vambo, that thing is indoctrinated. It's not really us, the youth, but due to our parents. They've passed such indoctrination in us. So, just due to what they've observed in one person, then they have to paint a picture that you can't marry a Kavango woman, Jew, maybe they are witch, they will do A and B, just those myth stuff. That's why you see Vambo men, there are few, we are not saying in totality they are not doing it. They are just due to their uncles, their parents who were there before. They are disallowed to do it. But apart from marriage, you and me will agree that a lot of Vambo men, they are having kids with other tribes, but not to marry.
So they are just making kids, but they are not married.
Yes.
The purpose is just to make kids, but at the end of the day, they are not going to
that extent now
To an
of
extent
marrying
of
and
marrying.
pronounce themselves wife and husband.
Wife and
Just
husband.
due to their culture now, they will be called a lot of names.
a lot of names.
Yes.
So you are saying that it was put on them by their parents.
Yes.
Okay. Now the issue of tribalism now has its effect in the community. In your own opinion, how has tribalism affected the community and the nation at large? And what maybe the steps that need to be taken to put an end to tribalism in Namibia?
Yeah, tribalism has affected our community or nation at large in a negative way. Whereby, let's first talk about the national cake, what we call the resources of this country. When it comes now to tribalism, then we can say there are few, or let's say there's a majority tribe that is benefiting compared to the other tribe. Just this tribalism, one can say, will bring up a lot of arguments and say, no, it's not tribalism, it's qualification and all that. But you and me, if we are honest enough to talk about it, we might see it that no, the reason why tribe X is benefiting is because of the uncle who is there, then he was brought there. Then this other tribe whereby there doesn't have a father and uncle in that line will not get that benefit. But how to put an end to it? How to put an end to it is just bringing civic education. Civic education in terms of to our children when they are young, to see themselves, to see their colleagues than themselves. Not like them to be a senior, for all of them, for all of us to be equal, and for all of us to embrace that this is our country. Just like the president used to say, there is no other part, there is no other country that we're gonna call home. This is our home, all of us. Then when we all come together, we embrace and say this is our country, it doesn't matter what tribe you are from. As long as you meet the requirement, you have the qualification, you are entitled to benefit. You'll be recruited, you'll be given post, and that's it.
That's it. Inclusivity. While we are there, Mr. Mofito, here you are of the view that as long as we embrace each other, but I want to take you back in 2014 by something happened in 2014 during our presidential election. To me, I understand that tribalism means different things at different times to different people. I'm saying this because for instance, in 2014, Chief Justus Garwe opted out of the presidential race and urged UDF members to vote for fellow Tamara, which was His Excellency the President now, a SWAPO candidate by that time. Unfortunately, President or candidate that time, Hage Gikop, didn't denounce Chief Garwe as being a tribalist, because I understand, or himself also he understand, it was a helpful tribalism, because Chief Justus called his members or urged his members to beg for President Hage Gikop now. Back to you, Mr. Mofito. I know that time is not on our side. The heads, maybe just in a few words, just to, if you have something that you want to leave with us, or just to sum up the session short, please.
Yes, when it comes to King Garwe of the Damara people, it's indeed it's highly condemned. That's supposed not to come from a leader of his caliber to pronounce himself that his followers, whether they are Damaras or his followers, that time he was a leader of UDF, they should rally behind the candidature of Hage Geingob. You know, first we should find out what led Justus Garwe to say such. Maybe in my own opinion, I might say the previous administration, the previous leadership of former President Pohamba and Muyoma by that time. I think Garwe has been observing that the tribe of those leaders were benefiting.
Yeah.
That is why now he said this is the right time now for us to rally against Hage Gengo, fellow tribesmen. If he takes this post, us, the Amaras also, we're gonna have the chance to eat that national cake.
Yeah.
But it's highly condemned. As I said, as a patriotic and a nationalist, we're supposed not to promote, we're supposed not to look people on a tribe. We're supposed to look people on their capabilities, what they can do. We're supposed to identify ourselves by tribes. As Namibians, obvious. That's why if you follow a lot of scholars, they are saying that what build a nation? How can one build a nation? We're supposed first to build a nation. But what's happening now in Namibia, we are busy building tribes, we are busy building kingdoms.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna fall in a highly consequences arena whereby everyone wants to lead because there is no, others they will say no, there is no Mbukushu who became a president. Just because I'm a Mbukushu, I want to be a president. Just because I'm a hero, I want to be a president because there was no person who was a hero before. You know, this thing, it is really very, very bad. To come back to the king, that I already said, what he did, such pronouncement of that caliber is uncalled for and is highly condemned.
All right, thank you, Mr. Motito. Let me use this opportunity to thank Mr. Motito for his time or his Christian standard he used to arrange himself to us. And Namibians, regardless of your ethnic group, we should do away with the terms or terminologies of calling each other you Kwankala, you Damara, you Bambu, you Herero, you Mbukushu. Imagine you are in the same, you have the same tribe, let me say in Kavango. We are having Nyembas or Jokwes, and so forth. And you will find again people from the same tribes calling each other, you Nyemba, we don't need Nyembas here, we don't need Mbukushus here, we don't need the Kiriku here, and so forth. We should at least put an end to that and then at least build the nation. Let us uplift each other and build this nation. It's our nation. This, like he said, the only place we call home. With that, amigos, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. I thank you. Ciao.